Alrighty, folks, you know I'm feeling great on a Monday morning because we're now 4-0 in our last four Major League Baseball tier package picks on my premium site. We had the Yankees on the money line yesterday, and they put up double-digit runs against the Rays. And if you want to see which one of these picks on this video that I actually like the best, you're going to want to sign up for that Major League Baseball tier package here today. And I'll explain a little bit more about all that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Monday, May 13th, 2024. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Of course, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. And once again, folks, if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video that I actually like the best, you may want to think about signing up for my what am I trying to say here? Major League Baseball tier package. You'll get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And of course, as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. Now, guys, I'm currently hitting at 60% my last 10 daily best plays, 2-0 my last 2 extra daily picks. Once again, folks, I'm 4-0 my last 4 Major League Baseball tier package plays. And we've got picks going off in all of those packages here today. And they're all included with your purchase of the Major League Baseball tier membership. The site is patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, folks, we're going to dive right into some free content. We're going to start off with the Blue Jays taking on the Orioles, 635 East. Baltimore's minus 165, totals 8 runs. Corbin Burns for the O's, Jose Barrios for Toronto. And as good as Barrios has been, well, there is a good chance he's not going to get much run support. As a team, the Jays lost 7 out of their last 10. And at the plate, they're a bottom 5 hit-producing lineup on the road. And they're probably going to experience the same here today with Corbin Burns. The righty's got an ERA in the 2s along with a stingy .97 whip. He's also backed by a top 3 run-producing lineup. Adley Rutschman leads the lineup in batting average and hits. Gunnar Henderson's got the second most homers in the bigs. When it comes to the total, 3 out of Baltimore's last 5 contests at Camden Yards fell under the number. They also went 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Now, 3 out of Toronto's last 4 ball games also stayed under the total themselves. Give me Baltimore minus 165, under 8. Next game, Marlins Tigers, 6:40 p.m. East. Detroit's minus $1.60, totals 8.5. Matt Manning for the Tigers, Sixto Sanchez for Miami. And through 18 innings of work this year, the righty Sanchez has, been knocked around a bit. He's got an ERA of 7.50 along with a 1.67 whip. And even if Sanchez does have a good showing here today, he's probably not going to get much run support. The Marlins are a bottom 5 hit-producing team on the road. Tim Anderson's hitting just 197, Josh Bell just 203. And they could have their hands full with starting pitcher Matt Manning. The righty's he's averaging a strikeout an inning, and he's also got a 1.18 whip. As a team, this Detroit pitching staff, they're allowing only 7.3 hits a game. They're amongst the best in the major leagues in that particular category. Now, injury-wise, Urshela is still out for Detroit. Garcia still inactive for Miami. The Fish are 11-8 to the under when they bat first. Meanwhile, Detroit saw 5 out of their last 8 interleague contests stay under the line. Give me Detroit minus 160, under 8.5. Next game, Phillies Mets, 7:10 Eastern start time. Philadelphia's minus $1.25, total 7.5. Chris Sanchez for Philly, Sean Manaea for New York. And as solid as his ERA's been, Manaea's run into some control issues. He actually comes into today's game with a 1.39 whip. That's not overly surprising. These Mets pitchers are actually walking more batters per 9 than any other staff in baseball. And that's certainly bad news going against a Philly team who continues to pound the baseball. The Titans are averaging more runs a game than any other lineup besides one. Alec Boehm's hitting .338 with the sixth most RBI in the big. Bryce Harper leads the lineup in homers and walks. Of course, when it comes to pitching, Chris Sanchez, well, he's given the Phils opportunities to win this year. The lefty comes into today's matchup with a solid .322 ERA. Now, injury-wise, Trey Turner still on the bench with a hammy. Brandon Nimmo's day-to-day for the Mets. When it comes to the total, 4 out of the Mets' last 5 in Flushing, Queens fell under the total. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Now, the Phils are currently 11-8 to the under as the road team. Give me the Phillies minus $1.25, under 7.5. Next game, Cubs, Braves, 7:20 Eastern start time. Atlanta's minus 145, totals 8 runs. Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves, Shota Imanaga for Chicago. And as good as Shota's been, well, the Cubs have not played their best on the road. They're playing just .500 baseball as the away team. And in their last 10 gatherings with Atlanta, the Cubs have been held to under 3.7 runs a game. And they have to face Ronaldo Lopez here today, who's looked solid in 35-plus innings. The righty's got a .153 ERA along with a 1.13 whip. Lopez is also averaging over a strikeout an inning. But even if Ronaldo struggles here today, he is backed by one of the best lineups in baseball. The Braves are averaging more hits a game at home than any other roster besides one. Marcell Ozuna, he's got the most RBI in the majors, second highest OPS. And Ronald Acuna leads the roster in walks and stolen bases. And out of 17 contests at Truist Park, the Braves have posted a record of 13-4, doing a great job in front of their own fans. Now, injury-wise, Murphy's still out for the Braves, Swanson inactive for Chicago. The Cubs saw their last 4 straight on the road get over the total. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Braves minus 145, over 8. Next game, Pirates, Brewers, 7:40 Eastern start time. Milwaukee's minus 135, totals 8 runs. Colin Ray for Milwaukee, Mitch Keller for Pittsburgh. And Keller does have an ERA of 4.41, and he does not have a winning record. And even if Keller does have a good showing here today, the Buccos are having all kinds of issues at the plate. Pittsburgh's striking out more times a game on the road than any other franchise in the league. And no real surprise here, they are a bottom 3 run-producing lineup in the National League. And they're going to have to face righty Colin Ray, who's yet to record a loss through 38-plus innings. The righty's currently 3-0 with an ERA in the 3s. And of course, at the dish, the Brewers have been a very tough out for opposing pitchers. These guys are a top 5 run-producing team in the major leagues. William Contreras is hitting .346 and ranks in the top 10 in both RBI and OPS. And of course, Rhys Hoskins, he has the most home runs in the lineup. Now, injury-wise, Joey Wiemer still out for Milwaukee. Jason DeLay inactive for Pittsburgh. 6 out of the Pirates' last 10 ball games did get over the total. Meanwhile, the Brewers went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Brewers minus 135, over 8. Next game, Nationals, White Sox, 7:40 Eastern start time. Washington's minus $1.30, totals 8.5. Trevor Williams for the Nats, Chris Flexen for Chicago. Now, Flexy's just 2-3 on the year with an ERA in the 4s. And he is backed by the worst lineup of hitters in the major leagues. The White Sox are currently dead last in runs per game. Andrew Benintendi's batting just 194. Andrew Vaughn just 207. And unfortunately for them, they have to face Trevor Williams, who's yet to record a blemish on his record this year. The righty's 4-0 with an ERA of 196. And out of their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with Chicago, the Nats have averaged over 7.1 runs per game. Now, injury-wise, Gallo and Thomas are still out for Washington. Mendick and Robert inactive for Chicago. Give me Washington minus $1.30. Next game, Guardians, Rangers, 8:05 East. Texas, $1.20, total 8.5. Michael Lorenzen for the Rangers. Tanner Bybee for Cleveland. Now, strikeouts have definitely been up for the righty Bybee. He's fanned 44 batters and recorded only one loss through 40-plus innings. And that's really been the story with this Cleveland squad this year. Their strikeouts. The Guardians are fanning more batters a game on the road than any other staff in baseball. And they're facing a Texas squad who lost their last 3 straight. I tell you what, they strike out an awful lot against these Cleveland pitchers. Texas is averaging nearly double-digit strikeouts a game in their last 10 meetings with the Guardians. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. And of course, no real surprise here, folks. They were held to just 3.5 runs a game in those gatherings I just mentioned. And I'll tell you, another grave concern for Texas bettors is their starting pitcher, Michael Lorenzen. The righty's got an ERA of 4.66, and he does not have a winning record. Give me Cleveland plus $1 over 8.5. Next contest, little AL West action. A's Astros 8:10 Eastern start time. Houston's $1.75, totals 9. Spencer Arrighetti for the Astros. Ross Stripling for Oakland. And as bad as Stripling's been, well, the A's are doing a nice job against the run line. They're 11-8 against the number in their travels this year. They're also facing Spencer Arrighetti, who I still can't believe he's still up here in the bigs. The righty's 0-4 through just 21-plus innings. Arrighetti's officially got an ERA of 8.55 with a whip in the 2s. As a team, the Astros are just 7-12 at Minute Maid Park. Double-digit games below 500 for the season. Alex Bregman's batting just .201. Jose Abreu just 7 for 71 for the season. Now, injury-wise, McCormick's still out for Houston. Geloff inactive for Oakland. 7 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head gatherings did fall under the total. Meanwhile, Houston's 12-7 to the under in their own town. Give me the A's plus 1.5. Under 9. Next game, Cards, Angels, 9:38 East. The Angels are $1.20, totals 8.5. Jose Soriano for the Angels, Matt Liberatore for St. Louis. Now, the lefty Liberatore's got an ERA in the 3s along with a solid 1.18 whip. And when it comes to historical trends, the Cards have really hit the Angels well. They're averaging over 5.4 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head gatherings. And I'll tell you, they're facing Jose Soriano, who's recorded only 1 win this season through 33-plus innings. The righty's currently got himself an ERA in the 4s, along with a 1.35 whip. Now, in 19 contests at Angel Stadium, LA's gotten the W only 5 times. They currently have the worst home record in Major League Baseball. Mickey Moniak's hitting just 183. Zach Neto's got the most strikeouts in the lineup. When it comes to the injury report, Trout, Sano, and Drury still out for the Angels. Contreras inactive for the Cards. Now, total-wise, 3 out of the Cardinals' last 5 road games did get over the total. Meanwhile, the Angels are 12-7 to the over as the home team. Give me St. Louis plus $1 over 8.5. Next contest, Reds, D-backs, 9:40 p.m. East. Arizona's $1.55, totals 8.5. Jordan Montgomery for the Diamondbacks. Graham Ashcraft for Cincinnati. And I'll tell you, Ashcraft's had a handful of good outings. He's 3-2 on the year with an ERA in the 3s. The Reds have also been a solid run line covering team on the road. They've covered in 61% of their road games. They're facing Jordan Montgomery, who's had his fair share of rough innings himself. The lefty's got an ERA in the high 4s and just 10 strikeouts through 23 innings. And these Diamondback pitchers, they've definitely struggled at Chase Field this year. They're allowing over 5.1 runs a game in their own building. Now, injury-wise, Perdomo and Thomas still out for the D-backs, and Encarnacion Strand inactive for Cincinnati. Give me the Reds plus 1.5 over 8.5. Next game, little NL West action here. Rockies, Padres, 9:40 p.m. East. San Diego's minus 220. Total is 8 runs. Randy Vasquez for the Pods. Dakota Hudson for Colorado. And I'll tell you, Hudson's been nothing more than a warm body to fill up this rotation spot. He's 0-6 with an ERA in the sixes. Of course, the righties also walked more batters than he's struck out. And of course, he's got to face a top 10 run-producing lineup in the Padres. Jurickson Profar is the club leader in batting average, hits, and runs batted in. Luis Arias is hitting .344 with the Padres as well. And out of their last 10 meetings with Colorado, San Diego's had little issue producing runs. They averaged 5.9 runs a game during that time frame. Now, injury-wise, Ha-Sung Kim, he is questionable with a wrist injury. Keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, Bryant and Jones still out for the Rockies. Give me San Diego, -1.5, over 8.5 runs. Next game, Royals, Mariners, 9:40 p.m. East. Seattle's -130, total 7. George Kirby for the M's, Brady Singer for Kansas City. Now, Singer's had one heck of a season thus far. He's recorded only one loss through 45-plus innings. He's also got an ERA in the low twos along with a 1.01 whip. He's probably going to feast on a very unproductive Seattle lineup. These guys are dead last in hits per game at home. No real surprise here, folks. They're averaging a league-low 3.2 runs a game on their own diamond. Mitch Garver's hitting just .179. Jorge Polanco just a .188. When it comes to the injury list, Crawford and Canzone are still inactive for Seattle. Now, total-wise, the Mariners are 15-7 to the under as the home team. Meanwhile, Kansas City 68% to the under when they travel. Give me KC plus $1.10, under 7. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in that Dodgers-Giants game. That'll be a 9:45 Eastern start time. The Dodgers are -$1.90, total 7 runs. Gavin Stone for the Dodgers, Jordan Hicks for San Francisco. And as good as Hicks has been, well, the Giants have had all kinds of issues at the plate. They're a bottom 5 run-producing lineup at home in the National League. And out of their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with Los Angeles, the Giants have been held to under 2.7 runs a game on average. They're going to have to face Gavin Stone, who's recorded only one loss, and he's got himself an ERA in the twos. He's also backed by the best run-producing lineup in the game. Shohei Ohtani's batting .352 and leads the league in OPS. Teoscar Hernandez has 11 home runs and ranks 3rd in the bigs in RBI. Now, oddly enough, the Dodgers' last 4 straight on the road, they all fell under. They're also 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, the Giants are 14-5 to the under as the home team themselves. Give me the Dodgers -1.5, under 7. And with that, folks, now we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Give me the Orioles -165, under 8 runs. Tigers -160, under 8.5. Phillies -$1.25, under 7.5 runs. I have no free pick available for you in the Tampa Bay Rays Boston Red Sox game. Atlanta -145, over 8. Brewers -135, over 8 runs. Nationals -130, getting the job done for some moneyline cash. Guardians +$1, over 8.5. Oakland +1.5, under 9. St. Louis +$1, over 8.5. Reds +1.5, over 8.5. Padres -1.5, over 8.5 runs. Kansas City +$1.10, under 7. Give me the Dodgers -1.5, under 7 runs. With that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrogPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site. at patreon.com/BrockPage.